Richie Rich Show.
Hey, happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm home in La Casa for the holiday. Just got home. And I think I'm going to hang around too after New Year's Eve. I don't think I'm going to go back until after New Year's Eve. Um, I don't know. Right now, boy, I tell you, we're still in a trucking little recession here. Uh, I don't know what to think anymore. I mean, well, here, let me tell you some things that happened. I actually had to call police on a driver the other day, which I hated that I had to do that. Um, I'm not the law enforcement guy anymore, and I mind my business out here. I stay out of everybody's business as long as it doesn't affect me. But the other night I had to call the law on a truck driver because I thought what he was doing may cause the life of everybody else around you. So that's the only reason why I kind of called the law. Um, I'll tell you what happened, and you guys tell me if I was right or wrong to do that. I was heading west on Interstate 30 past Little Rock, Arkansas. And it was about 1 in the morning. Pitch black out there, okay? About 20 miles south of Little Rock, Arkansas on I-30. And I'm driving and I see a faint light in the distance. And as I got closer, my truck started slowing down because, all trucks have that LiDAR system on there where if they pick up an object, they're going to brake or slow down. So my truck starts slowing down. And next thing I know, I see it was an owner operator. He had an older truck and he was pulling a piece of construction equipment. He didn't have any marker lights on there. And he only had one faint red light in the very back, just one. No brake lights, no nothing. And he was driving about 30 miles an hour. So I went around him. I didn't call law on him about that. And I just left and beeline down the highway. Now, mind you, I'm heading west on 30, doing about 70 miles an hour. And all of a sudden, I smell something on fire. And so, the first thing you think to do is check your equipment. You're like, oh crap, I hope something ain't burning on my equipment. But I look to my left on the hammer lane, and next thing I know, I see this owner-operator guy that I saw in Little Rock about 30 miles back doing 100 miles an hour down the highway, okay? But as he was driving, I noticed his right rear hub seal was engulfed in flames, okay? It was shooting out sparks about 7 to 8 feet high. So when he passed by me, his sparks literally flew into my window and started hitting my window. So at that point, when sparks and flames start showing on your hub, on your right trailer hub seal, that means that there's no oil in there and it's metal to metal peeling off, okay? Now, my thought went to a piece of metal flying off the back of that truck, coming into my windshield, killing me. Because you got to understand, I was up on Interstate 70 a couple months ago, and I was driving behind a dump truck. I think you guys probably heard me tell you this story. And a big old rock came flying out the dump truck and hit the back of my window, hit my driver window. But when it hit it, it sounded like a shotgun, and it left a big old crack. I mean, big as my fist, big old dent. Thank God the plastic was there to, the thin line of plastic that they put on these front windshields were able to stop that, or that would have came inside the cab, okay? And that truck driver was doing about 75 miles an hour. This guy was doing 100 miles an hour, and not only that, he had flames and sparks flying off his trailer hub seal that he had no marker lights for, okay? So he's doing this in the pitch black. I think he was trying to make his way to Texas probably to get to where he was going to hide out. But it scared me and about 2 other truckers on there. We're all flashing and honking our lights. So he was deliberately ignoring us. And the only reason I called the law because those kind of situations, right? Those owner operators are just those individuals who do not take care of their equipment. the equipment can fail and cause the death of somebody else. I know you guys have saw countless videos of tires come flying off the back of a truck, hitting a car, and causing serious damage, if not injury, to the person. Okay. And all I could think about is a piece of chunk of metal coming off the back of his trailer, coming through my windshield at over 500 miles an hour. Do you understand? Like that's like a shotgun, and seriously injuring or even killing somebody, me or motoring public who was out there in the middle of the night, because there was a lot of traffic out there. So I made a decision to call the state police and make a report, and I didn't think anything of it. You know, normally out in the middle of nowhere, there's hardly any police out there, especially that time of night. Well, I guess luck must have been the lady of the night for me or for him, because um, as I'm driving down the highway, I noticed that there was an unmarked car following him, and finally the unmarked car pulled him over, and it was the state police. Okay, and I'm sure he gave him the riot act on the side of the road. I don't call the law on truck drivers out here. I really mind my business, but only time I do that is if I feel like the motoring public's life's in danger, or your life's in danger, or my life's in danger because they're doing something so reckless. Okay, those type of drivers we need out the industry. Okay, we need those guys off the road, license revoked, out the industry, because those are the ones who are giving us a bad name. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a spokesman for all truck drivers in the world, right? But I'm really big on public safety. Okay, I think every American truck driver has a responsibility to keep the public safe. You know, once upon a time ago, truck drivers were known as knights of the road, because anytime you broke down or you had an issue, there was a truck driver to pull over and help you. Now that's changed, and truck drivers are known as bullies of the road. And that individual was doing something so dangerous that I thought lives would be at risk. You know, I mean, either for him because he could have caught on fire, or for anybody else. You know, an exploding back trailer tire is a dangerous thing. Okay, there's videos of that actually literally killing police officers. Okay, I remember years ago seeing a video of a police officer die because a truck driver refused to get over on the left side of the road when he was passing by after the police did a traffic stop. And ironically, when the truck got next to the police, the tire blew up and killed him. Okay, those are like IEDs out here. So, so I called the law guy. I usually don't do that. You know, I mean, I even work for companies where I hate people who tell. You know, like on small stuff when you see a truck driver doing a U-turn, or maybe he don't have his lock on his trailer. You know, I'll never call about that stuff. You know, only when you're about to do something to injure somebody. But anyway, let's talk about what's going on. Prime is starting to feel the effects heavily now. I think I'm on the logistics side of Prime, and I'll be honest with you. I've been out for about 8 weeks, probably a little before Thanksgiving. Well, prior to Thanksgiving, I took like a day off for Thanksgiving, and then I went back to work. But I'm noticing that the revenue has really, really, really gotten bad. I'm noticing also that they are deadheading us a lot. There's been a couple loads where I had to deadhead 1,000 miles, 700 miles to pick up the load, which is not good. Okay, anytime you move that truck, it needs to be profitable. Like, you need to be moving to pay dirt. You know what I mean? And deadheading doesn't really pay you. I'm also noticing that what logistics side is doing now is say that I drop a load off either Friday or Saturday. I don't get reloaded till Monday, and hopefully that Monday load delivers by Wednesday. If not, I don't make payroll that week, because Prime's payroll cutoff is Wednesday at 4. Central Time. So my revenue's kind of been choppy. I had a load the other day. It canceled on me. Okay, well first I dropped up a load on Friday, and Saturday they gave me a load that picked up on Monday, but on Sunday that load canceled, and then I didn't get another load to Tuesday. So my take home that week was just horrible, and you know I, I'll go ahead and tell you the numbers now so you guys understand what I mean. Um, my worst week, well, of course, a worst week out here would be $0, right? But my worst week so far that I've been doing logistics side was probably last week when I brought home like $300. Okay, that was terrible. um, that when you bring home checks like that, and then the week prior to that, it was like low too. You know what I'm saying? You know, my ambitions and my goals here at Prime, while I'm doing logistics, is to always gross $6,000 or more a week, for as gross. Okay, but when you're grossing like $2,000 and then the fuel come out and you only bring home $300, I mean that's a bad deal. So the math isn't mathing, I guess you can say, and I I'm not for certain. Is there any other place I can really go? Because right now the market is just, you might be jumping out the frying pan into the fire type of deal. Okay, so I'm trying to weed it out. Um, a message a fleet manager sent out to the whole company, and I don't know if you guys received it or not, but he was telling other guys who are on the lease side to be cautious about taking off for Christmas, because during Christmas, usually there's drivers out and there's freight to move, but he's not for certain when you come back from Christmas break that you'll be able to get yourself out the hole, okay? Because the loads are not paying well. It's very scary times. When I worked for Prime on the lease side, before everything went tits up, um, I was able to come home, take a week off, and my very next load I got took me out the hole. Like, I wouldn't be in the hole at all. The way I used to do it is payroll cutoff was on Wednesday. I get home on Wednesday, stay home to the following Wednesday, and leave out on Thursday. And by the time next Wednesday came around, I was profitable. Not a lot, but something. Okay. But now they're advising people to think about going home for holiday break, and it's not really a real incentive to stay out, because they also cut back on their holiday bonus, which they can do or not. I mean, getting a holiday bonus from a company is like a rare thing, but they can make a decision to give it to you or not. When I was working with Prime, it was team drivers got like $1,200. Student trainer teams got $1,200 just for the trainer, and I think solo drivers got like $750 or something like that. Now they reduced it so much. Out of 8,000 drivers, they're only giving away minimal prizes now. So the chance of you really getting something is probably slim to none. Okay, they got two top prizes of $25,000, and they have all these little smaller prizes, but it's more of a raffle now than it was actually guaranteed when I used to work there, which really isn't an incentive to stay out working. But right now it's just, trucking is just, I feel like there's too many people in trucking. Um, and I know Prime has to keep up their driver numbers, because I'm going to tell you something. When Rob Lowe came on a few months ago, and he raised the issue at the end of his safety meeting speech that he was cutting back on drivers. They were letting go like 300 to 400 drivers. You did see results within the next week or two. Like profits start going back up again. Okay, loads were available. We were doing good, but something happened to where it died off again. Do you understand? And now you're sitting a little longer. You're sitting for a day. Pre-plans are not coming back to back like they used to, and the profit margin has been horrible. I mean, I haven't grossed over really my normal gross on the logistics side has been only about $4,500 a week, if that. Okay, if that, and it's getting tough. It is. Um, what do you do in a situation like this? I mean, yeah, you can abandon ship and go to other companies, but I don't know necessarily if other companies are having much success now either. See, that's the thing. Like you don't know. And like I said earlier, it's almost really like jumping out the frying pan into the fire because you don't know if your next situation will be worse or better. Okay. And right now is not a time to really take those kind of financial risks. Okay. But a lot of drivers are just, managing it, I guess. Personally, what I would do if I own Prime is I would get rid of half of the truck inventory we have. I know that's crazy, but they should. I mean, right now Prime's yard looks like a truck graveyard. There's so many people turn their trucks in every day, and there's so many sitting trucks there. I mean, I never seen. It was crazy during the during the couple years ago. Success Leasing couldn't keep a truck. Now there's so many there. There's just so many there. But what I would do is stop hiring and stop training for like a quarter. I really would. Like now we're in the year, I wouldn't bring any new hires in until like March. Okay. And the only reason I'm saying this so that the other people can swim. You know what I mean? I would let certain ones drown, and the other people who can swim, I would let them swim because right now it's like, I met a guy, right? And he was talking in the truck stop, and I really felt for him, and I know he wasn't bullshitting me. He was a lease driver. He's like, look, man, I don't know how you're doing, but this is how I've been doing, and I got this lease payment. Um, 1 week he made $1,800. The next 3 weeks, his check fluctuated between $300, $600. And this week he's due to make $800. That's what he told me. And he's like, bro, I don't know how I'm doing this. Like, this is hard. It is, when you're not making money and, you got responsibilities at home, the questions started coming out and tension started rising. This has been the worst year of trucking that I have ever experienced. I'm looking at my income from what I made the whole year, and I'm literally missing half. You know, and it's just not good. So what do you do in this situation? I don't know. I mean, I hate jumping from company to company. I hate that. It's nothing really changes but the name of the door. You know, you still go through the same trials and tribulations. You know, first things are good, then it gets bad, and next thing you know, you're sitting around a lot, and you know, and I'm not really one for mileage either. I don't like the mileage scenario. Ever since I got used to percentage pay, it's hard for me to do mileage. Even though right now mileage is probably winning, it's just hard because in the back of my head, I know that even though I took a load from California to Florida and I'm only getting paid $1 a mile, I know in the back of my head this load pays like $7,000. Okay. And it doesn't make me motivated to do that. It doesn't make me motivated to work harder for less money. It just doesn't make sense to do that. Especially putting wear and tear on my truck, to run hard like that. The name of the game is profitability in low miles. You know, um, I'll never forget one of the best loads, well, two of the best loads I ever had in my trucking career. I had a load from where was that? From Maryland to where was it going? Jersey. It's like 150 miles, but it paid like $1,600. Okay, and then I had a load from Springfield, Missouri to outside of Boston, Massachusetts. That was 1,700 miles. That load pays $6,000. Do you understand? 6,000 to me. Those are situations where I want to, I don't want to do mileage. So anyway, look, hope this video is not long and rambling, but I want you guys to be easy and have a good holiday. And we're going to tap back in after New Year's. I'm going to stay home, try to stay home till after New Year's. Working on the holidays is a little hard because even though freight does move, these shippers, receivers, and stuff, they're closed. They're not usually open. And, you'll be sitting on the load somewhere in a truck stop, somewhere in the middle of whoever. So try to enjoy the holidays as best you can, guys. And peace and love. And let me know if you think I was wrong calling the law on dude. I don't think I was, but it's getting a little bad. It's a lot of bad truck drivers out here, and they all need to get out the industry. I'm really serious about that. A lot of guys out here, unfortunately, the barrier to entry for truck driving is so low that they just let anybody in during desperate times, and now we have anybody doing anything out here, and it just gives us all bad names. I mean, it's horrible. Anyway, peace and love, Rich.